brand new film studio and video studio inside T-Shirt Kings photography. So if you want to have a photo shoot or anything like that, we're having a special 30-minute shoot. As many pictures as you take, we just email them all to you. You don't have to worry about prints. You get your pictures back before you leave. And so everything that you've always imagined that a photo shoot or that video production should be, we're bringing it to you. Every time I come in the press room, you're in the press room. Working on our Stars Hottronic heat press. Using all the vinyl. Making all the picture tees. I like vinyl.
I'm about to just load these boxes up. I'm out your way.
Man, you gotta be a crazy little brother to get fired on your day off. What you get caught stealing boxes for?
Man, I didn't get caught stealing no boxes. He said he caught me though.
We get our rent paid.
Why don't you go in there and ask the girls real fast to see if they help us pay our rent?
That don't sound like a bad plan at all.
What's up, Pop? What's up, Smokey?
I'm trying to set up a meeting with the girls, man.
Okay.
Y'all wanna help me and Craig pay our rent?
Craig still owe me money from the last time he got me. He gotta learn a lesson. He shouldn't be stealing. Don't ask him to tell that girl from last night to give him some money.
What they say? They said it's slow for real.
I'm about to just ask boss when we get our job done.
Of course you can.
Yeah! Nah.
Yeah. Y'all actually won an award, the Boss Mag 2009 Ohio Hip Hop Award. Y'all won for that media outlet thing.
Man, I don't even know. Yeah.
Like y'all won. He didn't even know he won it.
Nah.
What'd you say? Who was it?
You won the Boss Magazine 2009 Ohio Hip Hop Award. Congratulations.
That's legendary.
Hey, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Dash Resource, aka Peanut. I'm here with another special update with my main man, Platinum Chef Jay. He also brought in a very special guest. You feel me? Which I cannot wait to get into some of her story, and I would invite her to come back and do her full life story one day. So, without further ado, this is the Legendary People Podcast. Shout out to everybody watching us on YouTube, listening to us on all of the different streaming platforms, because we don't ever give y'all no love, man. Y'all always hit me on Instagram saying, man, y'all never shout out to people that just listening. You know what? Shout out to people that's just listening, right? Some people are visual learners, right? That's right. But shout out to y'all. You know, we all want to start off by shouting out our sponsors first. Shout out to Shiekhs for breakfast. Man, we love to go there to get the turkey bacon and all that type of stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's a really good place to go. My man Ryan C., my man Short Dog. For lunch, all natural, Agnes all natural grill. Go inside to get your pineapple bowl, your oxtails, unless you've seen that meme recently. But don't worry about that. You know what I'm saying? Go get your oxtail anyway, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all. And also, if you're ever injured in an accident, please make sure you contact Michael Wright. Make the right choice. If you want to have a good time, get some Kiara Wine. And of course, I mean, you want to holler at the shoparea.com. You know what I'm saying? They are been a loyal supporter of the podcast. So we definitely want to show them some love. You know what I'm saying? So salute to y'all, man. Without further ado, man, forget all them bills paying stuff, man. Let's get to the good stuff. Right. I want to talk about my experience at the last Appetizer before we move into the new Appetizer, right? I came down there, you know what I'm saying? I had a very nice time. You know, so I got a chance to see what it's all about rather than seeing all the pictures and all the videos, all my friends that went. And I was like, man, I want to get dressed up. I want to go do something nice. You know what I'm saying? It was a very nice event. I was the first person to buy a bottle that night. I'm gonna let y'all know. You know what I'm saying? I'm the one who started the bottle wars. I ain't win the bottle wars, but I started them, right? But man, it was a really good time, and the food was good. And one thing I can say about you, Jay, is you don't just cook the food. Like, you put on a full presentation. You know what I'm saying? You have so much going on, and I like the way that you highlight yourself, the way you position yourself in the whole marketing strategy of also providing good quality food and entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know it has to be fire if, you know what I'm saying, you're talking about all these peripheral things that are dope, not to mention the food as well, man. So, but man, salute to you, man. We ain't here to talk about you today, man. I know you love that, right?
Yeah.
But man, let's put it on my guest today.
Yeah,
so
that's what he was talking about. He was talking about good eating, something like that.
So without further ado, man, we got my man Chef Jay. and Jasmine Brown. How are you guys doing?
Great.
Are you?
Doing good today.
He didn't answer, man. How are you doing,
tired, but I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah. So are you done with how you're doing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So I'm extremely exhausted.
That's
But,
real.
Yes.
My exhaustion is more like runner up. Let's keep going. What's next? That's you too though.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah,
I just came from the
sleep.
hospital getting the iron infusion.
Yeah.
I came straight there.
I didn't know
from
she was
there
gonna say
to-
that. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Well, wait, so what is an iron infusion for particularly?
Okay, so this is about to go off track. So I'm a woman, right? Correct.
Okay.
And my cycles are very heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have fibroids. A lot of black women have fibroids, and we can bleed very heavily from them. So I lose so much blood that it depletes my iron supply. And so, yeah, I have to go and get iron infusions, and it will make, I found out a few years ago because I was just eating ice profusely, every day, just cups of ice. Like, I'm just thinking, I love ice,
Oh, okay.
Then one day someone came in and says, you have pica or pica, P-I-C-A.
Mm-hmm.
I said, huh? And it was like, your iron's low. And so I go to the doctor regularly, so I went to the doctor again, and they checked my levels. I ended up getting a new doctor. And she was like, it was a woman, and she was black, and she says, your levels are really low. So one day she sent me to the cancer clinic, which I was a little nervous when I pulled up there, because I'm like, it says cancer. And it's like, I met with my new doctor, Dr. Safa, and he came in and they, took everything, blood again, and he says, Miss Brown, are you tired? And I says, I'm like, yeah, I'm black, I'm a woman, I'm a mother, I'm a business owner. Of course I'm tired,
Absolutely.
And he says, you could pass out anytime. And I'm thinking he's exaggerating. I'm like, okay, yeah. He says, no. He looked at me and he was very serious. And I was like, oh. I was like, so that's why I'm tired.
Right.
And then so I started getting these iron infusions and trying to do things to, healthier lifestyle to get my iron back up. And so we're still in the process of doing that. I had had a few the first year of, actually more than a few, and so now it's just trying to maintain it. But then this summer I've been working so much. Y'all saw me on my food truck all summer long.
Yes.
And just grinding and doing a bunch of other things that
She had to change her brakes twice on it already.
people do.
That's how hard Jasmine been grinding on this truck, man. How long you had it?
It's been about a little bit over a year
You
now.
changed the brakes on it twice.
A little
Okay,
bit
yeah, you are
over a
moving and
year.
shaking.
Yeah.
So let's go into the legendary time machine, right? Let's find out where this beautiful flower comes from. Where did you grow up at?
I grew up in Dayton, Ohio.
Okay. What
Yeah,
part?
Born and raised. I grew up a little bit of everywhere, actually. Like in the city of Dayton, not like Kettering, this and that, but like in Dayton. I grew up on Muma Avenue.
Muma, okay.
Like right down the street.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Around the corner.
I grew up, Fair Oaks. I live on Fair Oaks off of Main Street. I grew up in close to Dayton View. I stayed on a few streets. We moved around a lot
They're gonna be trying
as a
to figure-
family.
Everybody about to be trying to figure out how close is to Jasmine.
we moved around a lot. So a little bit of everywhere in Dayton. So I know a little bit about all the neighborhoods.
So that's why your brakes is wore out, because you've been all over the place.
No real talk.
On that. So, where did you find the inspiration to start cooking?
That's what I want to know.
Oh
I
gosh.
think I asked her a long time ago though.
Well, let me get this first. Let me put this out. The restaurant was not my idea. It was not. It was my husband's idea.
Okay.
And it was something that he really wanted to do. We really enjoyed going out to eat. Like, I was an avid diner, so we went out to eat. But, I mean, I did cook at home as well. I did cook at home. Let me get that straight. Like, I cooked at home.
She got babies.
I have 2 kids. So, and then if y'all knew who my husband was, he's a big man. So, I had to learn how to do something, or knew how to do something. So, my mom cooked. My family, we always had family reunions. We always had food that we cooked at our family reunions. It wasn't like catered out or anything like that growing up. And food was always a big part of our family tradition, whether it was us getting in a van going to Detroit for Thanksgiving, like all of my family, like going to see my other family down there, family reunions. So I've always had a love for food per se. And so, you know, once I had my first daughter, I had my daughter, I remember Thanksgiving, the first Thanksgiving that I actually cooked. Okay. And my mom helped me because I went over to my mom's and she helped. And I actually left the stuff in the turkey.
Oh, you left the stuff you better take out the turkey.
She just added
I didn't know.
It's just flavor.
The turkey was
flavor.
good, but it was just like,
it was flavor.
Like, oh. And my mom, she's like, oh, I thought you took that out. And I was like, ma'am.
Y'all ever try to cook it? You ever try to cook something with everything still in it?
I've never heard of that before.
Try it.
Yes.
Try
I mean,
it.
it's the turkey. It's gonna be gizzards and what is it?
Crispy on the outside and soupy on the inside.
It was moist. It was real moist and tender. It was good. I mean,
that's
we
what
ate
I mean,
it.
soupy.
Look,
I don't know why, but that word moist just triggers me for some reason. That moist
it can be related to a whole lot of things. It depends on where you want to take it.
Yeah, so,
you know, listen to the presentation sometimes.
Right. So you already had this in that thing where like food is like a real big like part of just like fellowship with your family and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. What made you want to share that with the community?
Again, like I said, my husband, he came home one day. We were actually supposed to be moving to Columbus that year. Our kids were about to be out of school, and he came home and he says, hey, one of his friends' sister was moving home from California. She was a chef, and they came up with this great idea to open up a restaurant. And I was like, no. Yeah, I had never worked in fast food, food service, food anything. I just, like I said, I go out to eat. I cook at home. That was it. So he asked me again, probably like a few days later, and I said no again. I was like, we're supposed to be moving. Like, I was excited, like, about moving from Dayton. Like, we finally were making the big step. And so a couple days later, he came back and he was like, you know, like, really, like, I really want to do this. And I saw that he was very passionate about it. And most people know my husband was from the streets. So for me to see him passionate about something other than that and wanting to do something different, I was like, okay, God, this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm going to support him as much as possible. And from that day, it was like I had a restaurant. Like, maybe we talked about this at the end of May, because our kids were about to be out of school. They were at Richard Allen at the time. I didn't even re-enroll them in school. That's how serious we were about moving. Wow. My lease wasn't even, I never re-signed my lease. We were about to go. Like, yeah, see y'all later. Even though we right up the street, but we're one step out the door. That's how I felt.
That's still kind of like Atlanta, though, sometimes.
Columbus
is kind of like Atlanta.
Columbus is like Atlanta.
From Dayton. When you move to Columbus, you don't come back that much.
Right.
You don't come back that much when you move to Columbus. You don't.
It was just one of them things, and it literally unfolded. We started looking at spaces. I started looking at spaces through the Downtown Dayton Partnership in June, and I signed my lease the end of July.
Wow. So that partnership, can you walk us through the process for somebody that was actually like looking into doing something up like that?
Okay, so with the Downtown Dayton Partnership, it is a very great organization downtown. They have a website. You can contact them. Basically, what you do is I went online and I filled out a form where it asked me what was I looking for space for. How much space did I need? And it asks you some other questions. It don't ask you anything financial or anything like that, like what's your credit scores or anything. They basically just send your information out to all of the business or building owners, property owners that are available that meet your criteria. And then they set up a tour. And you go, and they take you, and you go and visit all of these spaces. And once you decide on one, or you're interested in one, then they put that connection together, and then when like the leasing and finances, they step out because they're just there to service, you know, both business owner or building owner and entrepreneur or whatnot.
They're like the liaison to connect people.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So the process was really, really easy. I think I looked at about 7 or 8 buildings, and Delish, where we settled at, was our last space that we looked at. July. My son's birthday is July 24th.
That's my birthday.
Oh my gosh, you're an amazing Leo then.
Oh my God. And that's Smed's mother's birthday. That was our connection right there. And he's also a Leo. That's
right. So Leos, and then you got all these Scorpios today.
Virgos.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
Wow.
I'm a Capricorn, so I mean,
My best friend's a Capricorn.
we won't get in that.
You know,
That's crazy. Oh, wow.
Great people. When's the birthday?
Aries too.
Don't put me on the spot today. I'm a Leo, okay? Listen.
You see that?
Best friend Brittany, I love you so much.
Don't put him on the spot today.
It's a 10th of that month, okay?
Is it January?
Yeah. No, not January.
December? Gotta be. If she's a Capricorn.
Man, don't make me the bad friend today.
But okay. Well.
Yeah. So shout out my best friend Brittany.
Anyways.
And she moved to Columbus, ironically, from Dayton. That is uncanny. That is uncanny.
See how God is.
So that is super dope. So when you go down there, are you the first building block for the downtown Browns, or is it other people down there at first?
Let's see, who was for the women? Yes, I was the first. I was the first woman down there. Yay. Yay.
First woman
down there. First black woman property owner.
Hey, say that.
First woman property owner, black woman. And guess what? Yesterday I just found out that I'm going to throw her on. Lisa Scott from Beauty Box. I just found out, well, I kind of figured it out, but I thought she bought the building. She bought her building as well.
Wow.
Just last month.
Yeah.
So, like, there are at least 2 black women property owners in the downtown district.
That's hard.
So, yeah. So, I'm super excited about that. And she is a downtown Brown as well.
For
You know,
sure.
Shout out to Beauty Box.
See, that's real congratulations.
Beauty
right
Box.
there.
Right. And the beautiful
Let me put that plug in.
Juanita Michelle. I
Juanita
love her.
Michelle, absolutely. Then you have Kate from Twist. And right now, it's so many black businesses downtown right now.
Yes.
I mean, it's just, it's amazing. Because when I was, before I got down there, our inspiration, of course, Michael Perry, when they had Michael's, that was a beautiful space.
Yes.
We used to take our family there. Inside the Kettering Tower, yes, we used to go down there for brunch. They had live jazz, and when you walked in there, you felt like you were somewhere else.
Exactly.
And that was like so important to me.
Shout out to Michael Perry.
Shout out to Michael
He's
Perry,
He's
legendary as well.
Absolutely.
Yep.
You gotta have that sit down as well.
And Keenan out on their legendary
Yes,
too,
absolutely.
They did the first Fridays.
First
in
Fridays
the
down there, yep.
Yeah.
And then Brian Higgins, he had Sidebar. And it was how can you forget Sidebar? He had 2 sidebars.
In the Oregon, right?
Yes, one was on Ludlow first, where Table 33 is right now.
Yeah.
And then they moved to the Oregon district where Solari is.
He was the first
black in the Oregon district. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So when we got our liquor license, when we got licenses to do this, when this passed or that passed, we went to Brian's place to celebrate. Right. And for us, that was important. Like, you can go anywhere else and have a drink, but to go to somewhere, because he had set the bar so high. Yeah. Right. His space was so beautiful. Like, I'm talking about, it was gorgeous. It set the bar for all of the other restaurants around here, And so for us, I mean, set the bar so much. It was like we traveled to Chicago to meet his mixologist.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
We went to Chicago to, figure out some things that he had figured out, So shout out to Brian Higgins, an amazing person. Amazing.
Sure. And since she said mixologist, got to give a shout out to the mixologist for the appetizer, Michael Jones.
Mike Jones.
So shout out to Mike Jones.
Mike Jones.
Mike Jones.
That's the mixologist for the appetizer, So you want to get loosey-goosey, we hold no bars. For sure. With
That's a bar.
This Sunday, we hold no bars. Y'all can.
That's a bar. So you spoke about your husband being from the streets, but in my research, I saw pictures of you at Majestics. Let's talk about that. I'm good at my job. Do my.
Yeah, he did.
I'm from Dayton. Yeah. I've been in Majestics, Maximilian. My godfather is Daryl Easley. Yes. So my first, when he shot his first video, Eavesdropping, I was in the video, and that was I just literally posted something to him the other day because he had posted, this guy had this record collection, and he zoomed in, and his record was there. And it's like, and I can imagine how dope that is. That's like somebody having a menu from Delish posted on their refrigerator. You know, equivalent to that. So I was like, you got me, you know, just so excited because I remember walking in the Spunkies as a kid. And you got that long walkway, and it had all the mirrors, and I said, oh, this is what grown-ups do? Yeah.
So, I mean,
he went back.
For instance, so I mean, I'm gonna touch on the Ease connection because you know, like Lil Ease, not Dr. Ease, he works with us as well on the podcast. We actually interviewed him, and it was a legendary interview, a very legendary interview. But can you please walk us through what like nightlife was before it got like? I mean, it was always intimate, crazy stuff going on. But what was nightlife like in Dayton up until you know?
Nightlife was like paid in full.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, like, so in the scene where Mitch, like, you know, I need to go out because I need to feel the love. Yeah. It literally was like that. It was like, I mean, gold chains, everybody having a good time, bottles, and it was. We didn't have fights like that, and people danced. Like we actually danced. Like I remember going to Ivory Coast, and Brave Nate used to win the percolator contest every week.
Legendary.
Wait a minute.
The poet.
Wait. You said Brave Nate.
Yes.
Won the percolator contest.
I can see him rattling his bones.
You
know, that's why they was concerned he was probably gonna break it.
It's time for
the percolator came on, and so everybody goes to the dance floor because you see people.
Hey, Nate, you still got it?
Nate still got it. You know, he posted the one video a couple years ago. He was still break dancing and stuff.
Wow.
So,
break dancing. DJ Divine. DJ Chaos.
Oh, yeah, DJ Chaos.
Legendary. He a break dancer too.
For sure.
He broke out in licensed sirens all on his neck and his shoulders.
What?
Surprised the hell out of me, dog. I was tripping.
Wow.
I was like, dude, I thought it was one of those ones when you see in the movie how, you know, it's you that jump, but it's a stunt man. I thought it was a stunt man, but I was like, couldn't be because he just did it in front of me. Like, the DJ Divine is a legendary breakdancer. I swear, everything I love, dog. If he see this, y'all see him in the street, tell him that I said he's legendary.
That's dope.
Yeah,
that's
he is.
What's
He
up.
is. Yeah, I put him up against Brave Nate.
Oh,
bro, I will pay good money to watch this happen in real time.
I'll pay that. Brave Nate versus DJ Divine.
We got a versus going on.
On a percolate in a breakdance battle. You know, like and he's pouring too. Divine and pouring too. Yeah, he'll pour too. So you know.
So we got poetry and breakdancing.
Have it where you want it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like me and Jasmine.
Only in dating.
Right.
Only in dating.
So I mean, cause like you know, I'm a parent as well, right? So what are things that you want to caution kids about now about them going out?
Ooh.
Compared to back then? Because back then, I think our parents were all like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you better have your ass home. Don't be in these streets and that third.
I got a whooping. Yeah. I snuck out every time to Millennium.
Oh, God.
Bring that up.
Now, it's like, you know, kids nowadays, they got beef with each other. Yeah. It's just so much stuff that they have to figure out right now. Like, I would not want to be a teenager even growing up in these times right now. Right. Just the social media is just
social media is controlling their hormones.
It's controlling everything. Yeah.
Right.
Like really everything that goes into your head, because it's like this is attached to your arm.
Yes.
Like people are having issues with carpal tunnel, everything going on because our phones are attached.
You know the difference?
It's literally
the difference. To not to cut you off though, but my daughter is about to be 16.
Ooh, bless your heart.
Yeah, her birthday December 28th, the last birthday of the year.
My daughter's birthday is December 28th.
Man, what is going on here now?
I don't know. It's Jasmine now.
What quantum leap episode is this? But we all
birthday battles.
Birthday battles.
But me and my daughter was talking. She go to Centerville High School, and I was picking her up, bringing her back, and I noticed something. you know, when she was getting in the car, I'm like, you got your phone in your hand? Mm-hmm. And she was like, yeah. So we on the highway, and I'm like, y'all allowed to use y'all phones in school? She was like, oh, yeah, for everything.
Yeah.
I'm like,
wow.
what?
Yeah,
in school, we got detention. We got suspended.
What?
They took
they're
our
going to
phone.
take your phone to
Take
the end of
phone.
the year. We're
totally-
taking your No, how about pagers? They're going to take your pager to
can
the
keep
end of the
nothing.
year until your parent come and pick it up.
You couldn't even have those little pens that talk.
Right.
And Clay Mendel little yak pens. Like, you couldn't even have them.
Yak back.
But the thing, when she say social media, my daughter is literally telling me that they be in school on Facebook and taking pictures and posting them, and yeah, that's social
You
media.
see kids and students and teachers going live and all kind of things going on in class right now. So with going out, it's like they just have to be mindful. I think some of the kids, they don't pay attention enough because they are so much on their phone. Like, y'all young, y'all going out to these clubs, you're underage. Be mindful of your drinking, because I know y'all doing it, you know, but the old school rules, you know, you don't leave your drink unattended. Simple stuff like that. Like, I mean, because they're going to do it. Right. They're going to go and do what we don't want them to do, but you have to at least be mindful and teach them, because like right now, it's so much stuff going on, and then all this fighting, and you got some kids, they parents is rappers locally, and they fighting beefing with other cliques, and I'm Daytonview, DVH, I'm Westwood, and I'm so it's a lot.
Seeing each other, picking each other's kids up from school.
Yeah.
And then because I think we always got to think about, because like a lot of times we don't think about the actual ramifications of them doing that, such as like you guys have venues that you guys pay rent at or own, of course, or whatever. Those type of things are black eyes on the people that put their money up for the type of stuff. Can you please talk about how much you guys have vested into things that could be ruined by the public?
I mean, you want to go first on that one?
Yeah, like for instance, you know, like we had a situation, you know, even right before my husband passed, before and the day that he did pass, they were shooting in the parking lot, right, and bullets hit the Schuster Center's garage, and this is where people live at. And so it became Dayton Daily News headline that, you know, shooting at Delish in their parking lot. First and foremost, I don't own a parking lot. I wish I did, because that's big money. But it brings so much onto the business when people are in there fighting. People are, you know, the police are getting called. You know, you have alcohol involved. It is a disruption in the business owner's life, because now we have to figure out, you know, if our license is going to get renewed. Yeah. And then not only that, I have all type of genres of people that come, and I don't discriminate against anybody. But when, you know, whether it's an older black person or whether it's a white person, they hear, oh, they're down at Delish fighting, and it doesn't sound attractive. Like, I just want to come get something to eat, you know. So it takes dollars out of our pocket immediately. Not like
not a couple of
not
weeks
like in a, you know, no,
immediately that moment it hits the news or newspaper. Hold on. When we say immediately, we talking about news, Facebook news, text message
Dayton news, because anything in Dayton happens
immediately
circulating in a day, you know. So yeah.
So Jay,
mine is similar to hers. You know, when we had licensed sirens.
Oh God, yeah.
You know, we had licensed sirens for 3 years in a row with no issues, man. Like, my security was always a people person. You knew the security, Rico, Bear, and all them. And one day we ended up doing a party with it was another promoter, and I used to get promoters call me. I used to do my own events because I just did not want outside promoters. Yeah. And for that reason, and the one time I do it, a huge fight break out. It was crazy. It was a young party, and I never forget it, man. And like I'm talking about, like I was seeing people get drugged, and I'm just sitting there with my hands on my head, like why mace? And I'm sitting there like, why did this just happen? You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to keep my composure because I want to just break all type of jaws and lose it. So Clayton came up, and they didn't shut me down or anything. They shut down the party. Everything got taken care of. And luckily I knew the people that was involved, parents. I ain't gonna even say their names, but I knew the parents, and the young men really didn't know how close I was to his father.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he was kind of, and me and this young guy, even to this day, he a big dude too, both all of them. You know, but even to this day, he respect me, still call me sir. What's up, Jay? He coaches football at a high school here now. And it was about to get ugly between me and him. You know what I'm saying? Because my security, at this time, my security with me, and I'm ready to show what's up. You know, not caring whatever. You know, because, like, I got broken property now. And technically, I didn't own lights and sirens. I was more of a face for a white woman.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I still got to report to her in the morning.
Right.
You know? And so realistically, what happened was I had to, somebody whispered to me who his dad was while we were arguing, and he got the phone call, and his dad immediately got out the bed. Sandals, shorts, little bitty shorts, as big he is, his shorts shouldn't have been that small. And it was cold outside and everything. He came with an itty bitty t-shirt too, and it was tiny. And and he literally told his son in his face, he said, "You're gonna respect him because one, you don't know who knows who."
Right.
He said, "So all the damage y'all did, y'all gonna come work for him, and y'all gonna make it right."
Right.
So realistically, you know, like he saved two things with me. He saved my partnership, and also, you know, it bought me time to rebuild the chaos.
That's cool.
You know what I'm saying? Because we was ghost town. You know, we had, you know, 11 o'clock specials.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Lights and Sirens wasn't just a club. We was open to the community at Clayton. You know what I'm saying? Just like the Lit, she was open to the community.
I'm gonna say this, like, that's one of my favorite places to come. I mean, to me personally, like, it's far enough out the way that you would think that you would be far away from the drama. Clayton don't play. I mean, you come out there and they sitting in the parking lot. Yeah. So it was, and it's glass windows all around there. Like, you like, I feel safe here. You know what I mean? You got a big old fire truck in here. It's just cool to be in there. So to me, I always like that venue too, man. It sucks how somebody else's drama can bleed over to so much other stuff. I mean, we see it with the Young Dolph situation. Are you guys familiar with that?
It's terrible, man.
It's sad.
Let's talk a little bit about that. I mean, how come no one intervened back when it was going on with him making all these songs about Yo Gotti, and Yo Gotti not responding. He gets shot. Then he taunts they shoot his car up, and he says, "How you miss 100 shots? We all celebrate this song." Then he make a song called "Don't Play With Me, Play With Your B." Yeah. That goes gold. Then he gets shot. Then he continues to diss and taunt this person until I'm not saying Yo Gotti has anything to do with it, but how come as a community we can say, "Bro, you doing too much for music," because we can't separate music from entertainment? How do you guys feel about that?
I think it's power. I think they see because the thing is, everything is controlled by the people. Our success, your success is all controlled by the people. You know, you can have 1 million master degrees or whatever, but you still have to apply that to the people. You know what I'm saying? So people can see where you are. And I think in the music industry, in some sense, it kind of go back to some of these old school movies when Red hung old boy over the balcony. You know what I'm saying? He didn't hang him over the balcony because he was a terrible artist. He hung him over the balcony because he was smart.
It was respect.
You see what I'm saying? So, you know, like, you know, so I think when you're in the industry and people start seeing how people respond to you, then they get intimidated. So, you know, I mean, you know, I'm saying that I think it was, you know, it's everything that happened was connected. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so like they got the whole thing circle of life. In business, in some sense, depending on who you're dealing with, they feel like they got to control that circle of life. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's just how I kind of look at that type of situation.
Right. You want to chime in a little bit?
For me, it's definitely our culture, you know, and it stems back all the way from slavery, all the way back then to, you know, inferiority.
Don't ask me to say it.
Absolutely. We were stripped of so much. We were stripped of everything. Like, we don't even really have an identity. And it's crazy because I was listening to Jay-Z and Rick Ross the other day, and it came on, and it's like, you know, you can't fault our young ones for wanting to wear gold and diamonds and want to be flashy because this is what we came from. And it was crazy because I just told somebody, like, hey, you doing too much. Like, you out here, but then when I listened to that again and it clicked, and I said, dang, I need to go back and talk to this person because it's a mindset.
Right.
It's a mindset. If you got gold in your mouth or if you got diamonds dripping, that you a thug, you a drug dealer, you a this, you a whatever.
Right.
You know, and so our elders, I think one thing my son told me a while ago, my son is 20, he told me that some of the elders don't want to pass on the knowledge. They want us or want them to work for everything or struggle for everything. And that's our mindset when no, we are not supposed to struggle. God didn't create us to struggle.
Amen. Say that.
We are not supposed to lack anything.
Right. Designed to
You
be
know,
like that.
so I can't be mad at that, but it's a culture that, you know, we were, you know, the slave masters put us together and they made our men fight.
Yes.
So it's embedded in our DNA today. So it's something that, you know, it's not just something that one person can do, two persons can do. Of course, one person can create a ripple, but we as black people, we just need to do better.
Right. It's one thing I want to piggyback on what y'all said. I agree with what both of y'all said exactly. It's one thing that I always just notice about us, and it's so weird to me. And when you think about what I say right here, it's gonna make so much sense, right? We'll see Bruce Willis play whatever in the movie. We don't expect him to be a police officer in real life. We'll watch Garth Brooks sing about losing his wife and his dog, and he got the wife and beautiful house and the dog at the house. Yeah. And nobody said, oh man, you faking. How come we can't separate entertainment from reality?
Because that's what we were taught. And like I said, we were entertainment for slave owners.
And we still are today.
And we still are.
Yeah.
Wow, that's resounding.
That falls under the whole thing. Santa Claus is real.
Oh, my kids.
Man, we got kids watching, man. You can't do that, man.
Look, they better be in school at 1 o'clock.
Nope.
My son watching
They on her phone, right? She on her phone in class.
So let's talk about some fun stuff.
Let's talk about some fun stuff. Okay.
Let's talk about one of your greatest times in your profession. What was one of the greatest moments in your profession individually?
Ooh.
I'll let you go first.
You gonna let me go first? Okay.
Yeah.
Dang.
Man, the time I made Barack Obama a grilled cheese sandwich.
That's a hard question, so I gotta just.
Look,
I
we
kind
actually cooked at Barack Obama's rally.
What?
We were one of two businesses when he came here to Triangle Park. I mean, it was beautiful. We got escorted by the Secret Service. We got to come the day before to look at everything, and we actually did an official showing of his what can I think of the word? Debate.
Okay.
So on his page, it was like Delish Cafe is showing the debate tonight. Like, and we had the bus, we had, you know, people from DC, and it was just a good feeling to be a part of something, knowing that we played a part in getting Ohio people to go and vote for our first black president. So
that's legendary.
It's one of my great. But then I had lunch with a lot of people. I had dinner with Ayanna Van Zandt in my restaurant. Oh gosh, so many great people walked through that door. I can count on numerous hands.
Hey, you're talking about the list, right?
Yeah.
I can name a few.
John Lewis,
I mean, she was
the late great John Lewis.
Yeah.
Like, he came and had dinner or lunch, and we marched and we voted together. So that was like amazing, and
that's a once in a lifetime kind of
from
thing.
having a restaurant. So I try to tell people, like, you know, even kids, like, you know, get a trade, learn a trade. They can never take that from you. Learn a trade. You know, whether it's carpentry, electrical, like, there's not enough black people out here doing trades. That is something that they cannot take from you, and you write your own paycheck.
Absolutely.
Something that can't be placed by a machine, too.
That.
Right.
I want to see a machine do what we do.
Well, I remember, like, one of my teachers was a Dr. Tay from Sinclair.
I had him. That was my psychology teacher.
He is amazing.
He is amazing.
He's truly amazing. And one thing he told me, me individually, which kind of like propelled me to be more confident and doing groundbreaking different things, was because I was in class, and at the point in time, I really know what I want to go to school for. I'm just more or less keeping it real, I'm trying to get me a school check at this point in time, honestly. We know. You feel me? It ain't no, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's definitely no secret about the hustle of going to school sometimes, right? But to me, he asked me what was I going to school for, and I'm like, automotive, because at the time I had a POS car, it was messed up. I'm like, at least let me learn how to fix my own car.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what's up.
And when I said it to him, you know what I mean? Like, I kind of said it like, well, you know what I'm saying? I'm here to get my little degree for automotive. And he made me stand up in front of the whole class. He said, no, I want you to say that again. And I'm like, I'm here to get my little. He said, no, nothing little about that. We got enough basketball players. We got enough football players. We got enough entertainers. We don't have enough black mechanics. What you doing is way better than anything else like you think that like you should be doing. And I felt so empowered by it. All my classmates clapped for me and stuff, all that. Like, and it really propelled me to just start doing other stuff that people ain't doing. That's why I got into, well, not the main reason I got into investing, but I had the confidence to go into investing and stuff like that.
You know what he told me in class? He said we did a thing on weighing out our options or weighing out the pros and cons. He said every single thing that you do, you know, that is monumental or meaningful in your life, you weigh out the pros and cons. And this man, he said, when I got married, I wrote down the pros and wrote down the cons. And he says, paper and numbers and all, it don't lie. So if it's more pros, then okay, go for it. If it's more cons, then you need to figure out another way. Maybe that's not the right way to go. You can still reach where you want to go, but you might need another roadmap to it. So that was something I said, this man just said he weighed out his marriage. I mean, like literally wrote something. So that stuck with me, you know, with him. He is a great human being. Great human being.
And a lot of people that we brought through here, like Maha Selassie. He was one of his teachers. Juanita Michelle. He was one of her teachers. It's like he's legendary. He needs his interview. Like,
absolutely.
Yeah. But Chef Jay, you never told us what your greatest date was, sir. I'm good at my job. I don't forget.
I'm gonna say several, but it's gonna be like quick several. So young chef working at the Racket Club downtown. I was the shoe chef. I got hired in. That's that one story I tell you about when they kind of made me audition to take the position. So one day they was bringing in this dude from Chicago that was supposed to come in and be the head chef over the guy that was making me his head chef. So because the guy that was making me the head chef he wanted to go back home to New York because that's where he was from. His name was Chef Drinks, one of my mentors. So what happened was Chef Drinks gave me a heads up like, hey man, they bringing in this dude named Chef Jack. He's supposed to be coming in from DC and changing everything up. He said, so I'm gonna need you to do your thing.
Right.
And he's never gave me the green light. And I kind of got nervous, and he was like, look, I need you to do what you did that first day we met you. Because the first interview I had to cook 3 dishes. My style.
Okay.
So I got to lead the whole team that day, and what he did not tell me is that who we were feeding was everybody from the Tyler Perry show over at the Schuster.
Right.
So I didn't know that, and it was the same week that Lion King was in town too.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So what happened was we had I think one of those days both kind of overlapped, and I think Disney was over at the Nutter Center. I think Disney was at the Nutter Center too. It was a hot weekend this weekend. And
good day for great night for performance arts.
It was a hot weekend, man. We were getting tore up in the kitchen. And so I led the whole team, but what I ended up doing was everybody that was cooking different dishes that I put in place, I had to go back and taste and add this and flip this and cook this longer, bake this longer, and all this other stuff. And so I realized I ended up cooking the whole doggone menu. And it got produced. And then Tyler Perry came back in town again and requested. He actually called himself, and he wasn't in town. He didn't come to the show, but he called himself and requested that we have that same dish from that day. And at this time, I don't even work there anymore. Wow. So I don't even work there no more. I started my catering company. I'm doing my own thing. And the chef Drinks called me, and he said, hey, man, they don't want Jack. They want you. And I said, they want me? And I said, the guy that they gave the job to somebody else, they want me now? And so he was like, look, I'm going to say this to you. I know you don't want to do it. Kill your pride. Show your talent. And then after you do it, you show everybody else because you don't belong in a restaurant. And I was like, okay. And I did it. And, man, my tip was like $2,000, man. They gave me a $2,000 tip. I came in. They let me prep at midnight after the Rack Club was closed down. And I did there before the show, and I did there after the show dinner. Mm-hmm. So, and that was a good experience. And they got an opportunity to go to Atlanta and open up for Studio 2 for Tyler Perry. Mm-hmm. So I hit Mark up on my way down there, threw that one at him. So, so that was the one. Then the second one was I got a phone call from a young lady in Dayton, Ohio. Mm-hmm. Her name is Chanel Mann, and she hit me up and she said, "Hey, I got an opportunity for you if you're available." She was like, "I have a friend and that's doing a show. He does these shows all over the place. He's real connected with R&B celebrities and all this other stuff." And I'm like, "Oh, whatever, Chanel." So she was like, "If you do it, it may open some doors for you." So she hooked me up, and the promoter called me, and he never heard of me a day in my life. This is young Chef J. This is skinny Chef J with the big chest and the big arms. That guy. He said, "I need you to do everything, not just the food. I need you to do the whole entire writer." And it was 3 groups. It was Johnny Gill, Drew Hill, 112, and Jagged Edge, I believe. And they all was at this place called the Taft Theater in Cincinnati, and kind of like the Victoria Theater here. Yeah. And I never heard of this place, man. So like I get the writer, and it was like 7 pages of crazy stuff. I mean, little stupid stuff like toothpaste, and I need 3 black towels, but the crazy thing is Johnny Gill was by himself, and his writer page was 2 pages. Mm-hmm. Right. Just Johnny by himself, and then his menu was crazy. So I had to cook a different menu for all 3 groups. I mean, all 4 groups. Every group had their own menu. And then the promoter called me back because I guess he heard wind of how good I was. And he said, "Hey, man, I want to go ahead and throw some more money at you if you can pull it off and feed the whole entire backstage crew." Mm-hmm. He said, "Bodyguards, camera people, the lights, everybody. I want to feed everybody." I was like, okay. So we gave him another quote for that. So my quote went up pretty high. Yeah, it was kind of like one of my first big ones for real. So I didn't realize that some of the people that I was going to be cooking for was an all around audience of celebrities are knocking boots with the celebrities. Right. I didn't even know that. So I get up there and I'm setting up in all these different rooms, and I'm setting up in for the main people and the backstage people. And the bodyguards come running back there because they're trying to rush me out. They're like, "You got to," because the artists are coming in now. They're like, "You got to come out, you got to come out." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I come out. And then I remember I left something undone in Johnny's room because it was so much stuff, and I was kind of read by myself. And I run back into Johnny's room and start trying to knock his stuff out, and he walks right in. Mm-hmm. Him and his bodyguard walks right in. I had my back turned to Johnny Gill. My. Johnny Gill, I had my back turned to him in his room. Johnny Gill, I had my back turned to Johnny Gill in his room at 25 years old. My back is turned to Johnny Gill. And Johnny come in, and he was like, he said, "You did this?" And I was like, "Yes, sir," because it was the display of food. He was like, "Oh, so they actually care about us." Mm. And he was like, "All right, I'm going to try it, man. Get on out of here. Let me get ready." I get out. Everybody's eating his food. Everybody. And I was not supposed to serve it. I was supposed to stand out the way, not interact with the celebrities. I was just supposed to be the chef. Yeah. That was it. And 5 minutes later, after everybody ate, one of the photographers was like, "Man, can I get a video of you?" And I was like, he said, "What's your name?" I said, "Platinum Chef J." He was like, "What?" He said, "Your name is what?" And he said this dude had a lot of energy too, man. Right. And he was like, I said, "Platinum Chef J." He said, "Man, let it roll off your tongue." But I didn't know he was recording me at the same time because his job is to get everything, So he's put me in their video that they're doing for these celebrities. And so I didn't know that, and I do it as funny. And then next thing you know, this big, huge guy, bigger than Mark Baxter. This dude, wow. You look like a baby in a diaper, Mark Baxter, compared to this dude. This dude was so big, bro. Like, if I would have hit him, I would have broke every bone from my knuckle, this part, all the way up to my shoulder. This dude was huge, dog. I mean, huge. And he was like, "Where's the chef?" And I raised my hand like this. And he come get me, and it was Johnny Gill. Now at this point, I done went upstairs, recorded backstage, all the groups. I got it all on my phone, geeking. And Johnny Gill, he's the last one to go on. So he had time. So he pulls me in his room, and he ate so much of that food, man. Mm-hmm. And I never remember his words. He looked at me, and he said, "I wasn't in the kitchen when you made this." He said, but I feel every bit of what you put in this food. He said, I've been doing this for a long time, and on and off the road. And he said, they never put this much care into what we eat, when we put in our riders. There's some stuff thrown in foil and thrown over here. Is never. He said, you got your food, your presentation, everything. He said, you got exactly what it is that we're looking for. And he said, if your name is Platinum, you're definitely damn well Platinum.
That's hard, man.
And just hearing that from Johnny Gill say that to me, I mean, I'm talking about, I don't know no legend bigger than Johnny Gill, you know, at that time, you know. So, like, hearing him say it to me just made me feel like nobody beneath him could tell me anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that was the part. That was the start of where I said, I'm gonna stick to this platinum thing.
Right.
And then every single artist after they got done, I mean, Cisco this tall. It was the most horrifying thing, the most horrifying thing I've ever seen in my life. He come around the corner, his hair was like gold on this side and black and red in the middle or something like this. And he run up and his shirt is off and he's sweating. And he was like, I want to take a picture. Your food is delicious. And he did a kick with his shoulder like that. and as soon as I did that picture with him, all the other groups did a video, man. And they all gave me my own individual, just appreciating how good my food was.
That's hard,
And
man.
the crazy thing is, my wish social media was where it is today because all of them posted me on their page, even Johnny. You know what I'm saying? But social media isn't what it is now. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of which, let's address some smoke from social media, sir. Just recently you posted about somebody offering you $300.
I can't believe he did that one.
They offered you $300 and they told you, man, listen, man, I've been supporting you for a long time, man.
Yeah, that was crazy. You know what, to be honest, man, when I put up posts like that, and hopefully Jasmine can relate to this, it's not just that one person.
Of course, it never is.
It's not just that one person.
Is.
It's more like are you serious even at this point where I'm at type thing. And it's not even trying to be an ego strong thing. I feel like I work hard.
Right.
And I feel like I put out enough, you know, information regardless that you know my work.
Right.
And it's not worth what you're calling me about.
Right.
You know, so and I'm a strong believer from what I went through in my past, you know, my past struggling, you know, because I didn't go to my parents too much, and I can get whatever I want without a problem, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I was the kid that I'd rather try to go get it first than go ask. Right. You know, that was me. And that's why when I ask, my parents give without no question because I don't ask. Right. So when I realized that when I would do things for people's budget, knowing that it didn't make any sense,
right?
And I realized that I'm behind on this and I'm behind on that, bills and priorities and things like that. That's when I said to myself, I came up with my own motto: your event is not my debt. And I leave it at that.
That's a bar.
I tell any client that your event is not my debt. If I'm saying you're not gonna go to a car dealership, you're not gonna it's this thing on TikTok. I love this thing on TikTok. I'm gonna turn more to me, Jeff. So this thing on TikTok, it's a voiceover. It says, maybe my price is expensive. Maybe it's just too expensive for you. You don't set to Louis Vuitton.
Right.
You feel me? Like you can't negotiate nothing on these online apps when you go on Amazon.
Did you say Kyle Rittenhouse was found not guilty?
Who was not? Who found
Rittenhouse was found not guilty. I'm sorry.
What?
I think that just came across his phone.
Oh, up here. Oh yeah, I get all them notifications.
I think so.
Man.
I just got a little hot. Hold on.
We gotta address this since we here live. We gotta address this since we here live.
I'm pretty sure that's what it said. You know,
that's that breaking.
But I don't know if it said not guilty or said guilty, but I think it said not guilty.
So Kyle Rittenhouse just got not
guilty on all counts.
Not guilty on all counts.
Yeah, I got this app. It's dope.
And I want to say before we get into this, because I mean we're here, we might as well visit it. I mean it's something that impacts us all. And like I said before, any other colored person, and I'm not saying this in any way or shape or form to offend anybody. I'm just talking about facts here. Right. All right. Make them any color. The very first moment that person is with a gun illegally, he's already labeled a thug to begin with. Mm-hmm. How can you say, I was in defense of myself and I came there with the weapon that killed everybody? He didn't go there and disarm somebody and then kill everybody. He went there with a pistol. This is what, and
intentionally.
And it was modified weapon.
Yes. This is America.
How many K's you got in that America? 3 of them. What is your honest reaction to this?
Y'all see me? I had to take my jacket off. I got hot.
I got hot too. Yeah.
I got hot. I already been crying earlier today. So yeah, I'm just. it's just one of them things where it's like, you know, it makes me think about when Jill Scott posted something about moving out the country to protect her son. It makes me think of the times I went and protested with my son, and my son at the time, I think he was like 13 maybe. No, he might be, no, he's about 13 or 14. And I recorded this because he told me, he said that America and racism will not change until white lives get lost and we stop supporting white people. And this was my young teenager, black male, telling me this. And it just reinforces these things. And I have white friends. I have white associates. And, but at the end of the day, I'm all the way pro-black.
Right.
And it's just another slap in the face. It's a slap in the face where it's like, it's just, I don't know. I don't even have any words. I don't even have any words.
I mean, I'm with Jasmine on that. You know, like,
if you need tissue, it's one right behind it. I'll let you know it's right behind her ear.
I know she light skinned. I know she light skinned.
I'm light skinned.
I'm light skinned and I'm all black for the people who don't know. No, because some people really think that I'm mixed and stuff like that. Because I am very high yellow. But my daddy was black. I think he might have been mixed with something because I didn't know my grandpa. But he classifies as black, and my mama is black. Right. So
you heard what she
I'm
said.
Black.
Her mama black, her daddy black.
I mean, she was a Fairport cheerleader. You
Hello,
know what I mean?
say Fairport Dolphins. You did your homework.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what else. I'm trying to see how far he really. I mean, we're going to Fairport. He's still missing one thing though. My man Peanut Johnson, man. Like if y'all don't know who he is, man, he is a real podcast host. All right, man. I've been knowing this guy forever.
Yes.
And when I say like seeing him do this, like I wouldn't want to really sit in front of anybody else's panel unless they bigger than this guy. You know what I'm saying? So like, and he's been interviewing some of the realest, greatest. You know, so like if you get an opportunity, don't pass up on it because if you do, I hope he pass up on you.
Ooh.
That's a bar.
I have to drop that before we leave.
I mean, it ain't two people I can't interview at this point. I done had Jeffrey Mills was the mayor-elect. I done had anybody from Skeeter Fly down to Ready Baby. There's nobody I haven't interviewed at this point. So now I don't even take it personal anymore. I reached out to somebody who was just recently elected, and they said, you know, their schedule's really busy right now, but they already heard of my work. So those type of things to me are always calling cards for something greater. And I don't sit there and think my friends got to support me no more because I feel like if God wants me to continue on this righteous path, then he'll put people in my way that's going to help.
That's right.
So I don't,
And so, I'm a strong believer of that, you know, because like I deal with separation. You know what I'm saying? Like especially when I'm close to somebody. You know, if I call you sis, if I call you bro, I ain't talking about the Facebook sis and you know the text man. I'm talking about like real life, face to face, hug. I can't let go of your hand type thing. That type of system, bro. You know, like if I call you that, then if something was to happen to that relationship, I have separation anxiety. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by that is that when I feel that, then I know I truly, genuinely love that person. Right. You know what I'm saying? So like my thing is, I'm not the type of person when I love you, I don't love you no more. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just kind of unrealistic to me. You know what I'm saying? Because you still gonna have something. You know what I'm saying? So like my thing is when I genuinely love somebody and I know that with that one, then that door is always open. You know what I'm saying? Things may be different, but you know sometimes it's the presence that keeps the glue together. You know what I'm saying? So like that's kind of how I am. You know, so I don't even know if that had anything to do with what we were just talking about.
No, that's all good.
Sentimental.
It's a great segue.
Yeah, I'm a Virgo. I'm a little sensitive.
It's a great
I like little dogs. You know what I'm saying? But I like big dogs too. You know, I like
it's
cats.
A great segue to the event that I cannot wait to attend. I mean, listen, I'm so ready. I already got my clothes sitting on the side of the bed. They already ironed. Okay, I'm coming. You know what I mean? But talk about the Thanksgiving experience.
Okay.
Appetizer. So
I'm gonna go first, and then I'm gonna let Jasmine go. So, can reason why I want to go first, cause I feel like Jasmine might try to do it, so I want to do it. So like this originated from the first year we did the Appetizer Therapy Cafe.
Yes.
Right? And one reason why I wanted to do it with Jasmine is because for one, Jasmine history is phenomenal.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, And my thing is, I don't want to. I could have asked Jasmine 5 years ago when I had this idea, but do I think I was ready to do this with Jasmine? No, I'm talking about me.
I probably wasn't either.
You know what I'm saying? You know. So like, my thing is, and what I like about Jasmine is that I used to sneak in her restaurant behind Will's back and like let her try stuff. You know, I had Jasmine, tell me what you think it is. You know, Jasmine was the one who put the super cherry cheesecake on the mat. You know, that's who did it. You know, so I came to her. She was sitting in Delish, and I called you. I just walked in.
I think you came.
I think I just walked in, and I had this pie or whatever. And
everybody knows me. I love sweets.
Jasmine was like,
they try to bribe me with sweets.
She was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "What you trying to say? What is it?" And I told her, and she was like, "Oh!" So she tried it, and it was her look on her face, and she didn't need to say nothing else. You know, I already had like family try it, but Jasmine was like one of the icings on the cake.
That's a bar.
Because
icing goes on the cake, and you like sweets.
Yeah.
Jay, man, you getting kind of good at this, man.
It's the food.
It's the third interview,
I'm
man.
a food point. So you know. Like and I love, and what I love about Jasmine is one time I sat down with Jasmine, and I think it was either glue on one side of the floor and concrete. I think you was putting your floor in, and I was one of the rare people to be in her places beside the people she had in there.
Right.
And me and Jasmine, we wasn't like rocking yet. You know what I'm saying? She was just a great people person. And I remember saying something to her, and Jasmine was like, "I have no idea what I'm doing."
Right.
And I looked around. I'm like, "You look like you're doing a good job to me."
Yeah.
And she was like, "Well, you know, I never had a restaurant, never ran a restaurant, never." What she already said, she never nothing. You know what I'm saying? But she said, "I love food." And all I said to Jasmine, I don't know if she remembered this conversation. All I said to Jasmine, I said, "If you love food, then this can work." Period. You know what I'm saying? So like, she did her thing. She opened up. But what I really loved about her is that she had no experience, and she turned something from the ground up into a masterpiece with no experience.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so like when you, and I have a ton of restaurant experience. This is what I'm about to compare her to. I worked in every big restaurant chain known to man.
Yes.
You guys are eating food that I designed in restaurants, even at the Olive Garden and Cheesecake Factory and Ruby Tuesdays and places like that, and Carver Steakhouse.
And make sure you go watch his previous interview. He's definitely putting down his whole list for you guys.
I'm responsible for some of these meals out here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I've seen people, restaurant managers that got experience, and they don't know shit, excuse my language, and they're terrible. And I see them taking restaurants and good chefs and running it down to the ground. And Jasmine not only took a restaurant and brought it up, but she took chefs and gave them names.
Right. And my chefs are all coming back when we open again.
Yeah. So to me, that's why I wanted to like, look, hey Jasmine, you should do this event I'm doing.
because this interview is about the event, but I definitely want to get your full life story. So I want to get you scheduled today to bring you back to get your full life story. And I promise you, those were just little appetizer of things I'm gonna throw at you during the interview.
I see.
See, that's a bar.
The appetizer, because that's what the show is about. The appetizer, and that's what I'm cooking. It's appetizers. I'm doing the appetizer for the appetizer.
I asked her, like, so we're gonna talk about the menu there. You know, I'm sorry.
Yeah, please.
So I was like, Jasmine. So like, we did this quick. All right, answer your question. So it came up the first year at Therapy Cafe. We're working on our 3rd year anniversary for the appetizer in February. It'll be our 3rd year anniversary. Jasmine was the first chef, the first person I thought of. Period. When I said to my cousin Dan, Next Level, my partner of the appetizer, I said, "Hey man, look, it's Thanksgiving is a monster, and people go out on Thanksgiving. I remember back in the day that was the hottest.
Yes.
That was the hottest. That was
it
the hot
is.
weekend.
It is the hottest
the
weekend.
week before and the week after.
People
it was
coming
hot.
in from out of town.
It was hot.
And
It was hot.
Oh
you
yeah.
know? And El Coates was like, "Man, I don't think it's gonna work. I'll stay away from Thanksgiving." I said, "No, I'm doing it." And I was like, "I want Jasmine Brown." And I said, "I'm gonna hit her up." So I hit her up. Me and her talked about it. And Jasmine was like, "You know what? I have not done that. I think it was your first event in a long time."
Because I hadn't even had the restaurant then.
She had stopped.
I didn't even have
chilling.
the restaurant. Yeah.
She was chilling. Jasmine was like, she was in hibernation. She was in hibernation. And I talked to her. And the thing about the conversation, it wasn't I had to convince her. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of like Jasmine was kind of like waiting on the edge of her seat. You know what I'm saying? But she just didn't know when she or if she really, you know. So when we had our conversation, she was like, "Let's roll with it." And I asked her to do one simple thing. I said, "I got everything else. Just do your soul rolls." I said, "Let's bring them back." I said, and the reason why I wanted to do her soul rolls back because I don't want people to forget where it came from.
Right.
I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying? So And I'm a trash talking ass chef. You know what I'm saying? And when I see people saying I'm the originator and stuff, I'm gonna go.
And I'm not even the originator.
Right. But she's the
Chef Mark Brown.
Mark Brown. That's the
originator.
She's the originator to keep it flowing. You know.
That's right.
And that makes her originator. It's like co-partnership of a major corporation. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So like what? So my thing, I asked her and we did it. And this year, putting it together was funny. Cause we really didn't talk too much on the phone too much. We did a lot of texting, and I wasn't gonna ask her what she was gonna make. And we talked about what we was making last year. I mean, the last time. And this year, Jasmine hit me with, "So what are you making?" I was trying to avoid the conversation. I was really trying to avoid it. And so I turned to my girl Dre. I was like, "Babe, I gotta tell Jasmine what I'm making." So,
why just want to do something that would compliment or not?
And that's what I love about her.
That's what he's making.
That makes her a chef,
like
bro. She a chef. Like when she literally told me that, I was already sending it to her.
Hustle, provide, repeat.
You see what I'm saying? Like I was in the midst of sending her the menu. You know what I'm saying? I was like, "You want the rough draft? You want to wait to the flyer?" She said the rough draft.
The rough draft.
I sent her the rough draft. She saw that whole long ass inbox, and I know she read it from top to bottom. And she hit me back with one simple answer: "I'm gonna do something to compliment everything you made."
That's hard. That's hard.
And not make you not want Thanksgiving dinner.
For sure. So let's talk about the event. Okay. So it is at.
Oh, so I would like to see if Jasmine remembers the address.
Don't you start with me today.
Tested Soul Queen at the Delicious Cafe.
I am horrible with names, and that may be with event names as well. It is. I know where it's at.
Okay.
What is it? 44? It's 4475 Old Troy Pike. All right, you can put in Old Troy,
right,
or you
and
can put
it's
in
literally
Troy
right off of Needmore. It's
yeah,
off of
you can't
Needmore.
miss it. Yeah, you can't miss it. The name of the event is called. The name of the event place is called the Royal Banquet and Events.
Royal. That's why am I forgetting Royal? Because we are royalty. We came from
royalty. I was waiting for it.
Right.
Jasmine and I, we went there.
I'm sorry. I had an iron infusion today. I'm gonna blame it on that.
That's a good. That's a good way.
Hey, we
you see that? Yeah, I'm gonna blame it on that.
Yeah, that's what I ain't gonna even play because she really did too.
Yeah, I did.
Y'all
saw the picture I posted, and it wasn't a sympathy post.
So if you see Jasmine getting iron infusion, she doing podcasts, she running her Delish truck.
I gotta go shopping for the appetizer today. Cook, start prepping.
See, I'm already all shopped up. I got the stuff so she can get in. So you know what I'm saying. So, but me and Jasmine, we want to work on keeping this a tradition for Dayton, Ohio. You know what I'm saying. And eventually, yes, we do want. I want to bring a third one in. She's already said the name. Absolutely. So you heard the name. So earlier in this, y'all got to go back and watch it. We're gonna keep dropping all the hints.
It's a beautiful space. It's a gorgeous space. Let's talk about the space.
Brand new building.
Let's talk about the space. How gorgeous it is.
Brand new building.
Do not come in here on your A game.
Looking like me.
Not on your A game.
I'm not.
Come in here dressed up like we did on the promo. Like, dress up. Like, we're giving y'all something to come out and actually dress up and enjoy. I'm going to tell you one thing that I did get.
Act like you going to Michael's.
One person.
Exactly. Act like you going to Michael's.
Act like you going to Michael's.
Act like you going to Delish on a. What was your? She did the.
Listen,
you had the mixer, didn't you?
Listen, on all the days, y'all dressed up on Wind Down Wednesday.
Y'all did.
Y'all dressed up on Wind Down Wednesday.
Trying to get a man. That's what it was.
On Wind Down Wednesday, y'all dressed up, but y'all walked that runway because that was a whole runway. That's a whole nother story.
It was.
That's a whole nother story. But so the venue is absolutely beautiful. You're gonna have some great food, some great entertainment, some great drinks. It's just it's a vibe. Like, and I don't want to sound cliche, but it's a vibe. It really is. And I promised a person. Let me see. I promised someone, because they said, I want to go to Jay's, I want to go there, but I don't want to eat at 11 o'clock. So, yeah, I'm put you on the spot.
Do it.
I am.
What time
we are going to eat early. We eating before 9 o'clock.
Okay, we can do that.
You putting them on spot. She's putting you on the spot.
Yeah, it's me. It be me.
We eating before 9 o'clock.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I'm gonna tell you, I'll be ready. But I'm like the small churches waiting for the congregation to come in.
So Jay likes to let you guys enjoy the music and all of this stuff. So once he done brought me along for a second time, so now we are going to
Mark Bax. How you doing? Make her change the subject. Mark, say we eat at 12.
No, we're not. We are eating before 9.
Plug the address.
We're eating before 9 o'clock.
I have it here. We have 4475 Troy Pike. Dayton, Ohio.
45405 or
04.
It's right off of Needmore. Just come straight down Needmore. Hook that right. If you coming off the highway right there, hook that right. And when I say it's so quick and easy, it's not the church in the front. Go back to the second building in the back.
Thank you for saying that.
Absolutely.
I would let that part out.
And we not eating after 9 o'clock.
I gotta listen to her. It's her show.
We're not eating after 9 o'clock.
I'm gonna be 100 with y'all. So y'all gotta be there on time. Y'all be there on time. We're going to eat on time. The way this works is you can get the tickets in advance. The phone number, I'll come back to this video and put it on there. That's our office. Or you can hit Jasmine up. Jasmine has the price sheet. Mr. Peanut will have the price sheet as well. So y'all can go back to Legendary Beat Podcast. I'm going to tag his name to this post, and y'all can ask either one of these people. Or Dan Mac Harris or Denise. You can ask her as well. Our Terry Divorce or Chris Wiley, they're the hosts. Our Vinay Pate, she's also a host. She's a crowd pleaser.
Okay,
so getting straight to the point. So the way this works, if you get your ticket in advance, you are guaranteed to eat. That's not guaranteed to seat. The price list is a la carte. It's broken down for you, okay? If general admission is just food and show, and then tables are separate, or you can get the tables together and the price is broken down how it works for every individual person. Dan Mac Harris is checking in. How you doing? Next level, here he is right there, Jasmine. All right, so that's how it works. And we can do bottle services. We can do all that stuff. We can go up. And I'm going to drop this little bomb real quick. I'm going to drop this bomb. Doors open at 7:30. Show starts at 8. The cocktail hour starts right away. So as soon as you guys get in the door, maybe about cocktail. Now that's the thing. That's another thing that people don't realize too. The cocktail be ready, Jasmine. The cocktail be ready. So the cocktail is supposed to curb your appetite until dinner. All right. So hopefully that buys me a little bit until after 8. After 9. After 9. But if Jasmine say, that be y'all. You know, it is what it is. Now the other part to this information, if you pay at the door. The way this food is set up, because you are terrible getting your tickets in advance. I mean, we got to front all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So when we got to front all this stuff, we got to calibrate to what it makes sense.
Right.
All right. So this food is calibrated to a certain amount of people. We don't put that number out there, but it's made to feed a lot. So if you want to eat, get your ass a seat.
Get the appropriate ticket.
That's how it works. If not, you get general admission and you have to tell it in that line. All right. That's how it works, man. So we will see y'all this Sunday, November 21st. Come kick it with me and Jasmine Brown, Next Level Production. The Legendary People Podcast. We're going to be jumping. Y'all going to see us on a whole new level and a whole new move.
For sure,
right? The only rule we got is bring your vibe.
Hey.
That's it. The People's Podcast is going to be there, like I said, man. The DJ is DJ Schoolboy. That's the Appetizer's DJ. And then we're going to kick it up a notch because the show ends right around 10:30ish with El Coach and Premium Blend. Then we're going to go into our after party because we got to do it because we got Delish on here.
For sure.
And Delicious, she's opening her restaurant real quick. So, you know, we're going to party with her real quick. Take Winston checking in. We're going to party with her real quick before she have to get busy and shit. So come to the Appetizer and kick show. Get groove with DJ Swift. DJ Swift for your after party. Yeah, that's how we gonna hit it. That's the question mark that's on the flyer. We got DJ Swift, man.
Oh, that's
so we gonna hit you with DJ Schoolboy.
DJ Schoolboy.
We got DJ Schoolboy for the Appetizer.
He got a legendary people interview as well.
I do got bartender skills back. I do got bartender skills.
You gotta get Swift on here and Rondell Masterpiece on here. So look, I'm gonna say this.
The network I'm at this event.
I'm gonna say this. This show is a lot of. It's supposed to be off the chain. So DJ Schoolboy can kind of do whatever the hell he want to do. All right, I'm going to talk to Elle about that. But DJ Swift, no hold bars.
Wow. So the official lineup we have at the Royal Banquet and Event Center, 4475 Troy Pike, Dayton, Ohio, 45404. We got DJ Schoolboy, Terry, The Voice as a host, Chris Wiley. You have Vinay Pate. Is that what I'm saying?
Vinay Pate.
Vinay Pate, which is the crowd pleaser. You got the mixologist, Mike Jones. Who?
Mike Jones.
The live band. We got the national poet Fontaine.
Trip Fontaine, baby.
Trip Fontaine, baby.
For y'all one
the
time.
vocalist, J. Dot.
Vocalist,
Trey Manuel.
Trey.
Bars and Kid for the poetry. Vocalist Audrey Whitaker. And the phone number is 937-668-9067. For more information, call 937-668-9067.
There it is. And I always remember the book with Disney Studios. I just said that. All right, we out, man. We appreciate y'all. Please come to the show. Enjoy the show. Doors open at 7:30. Show starts at 8. We rocking the show until about 10:30, and then we're going to do an after party until midnight. And to be honest, we so in good with the owners, man, we can probably go longer than that. But it only depends if you guys can act like y'all got some sense. The hottest event in Dayton right now will be this Sunday. I guarantee you, and the best food that you're going to get in a very, very long time, because it's only coming around once.
Let's do it. Listen, I want to say thank you for coming out here, Jasmine. I look forward to having your official sit down with me so I can, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
We can get your full life story. Thank you, Platinum Chef Jay. You always support us, and we
sir.
support you back. You know, I'll be there. I mean, you may not recognize me. I'm dressed down today, okay? But I'm going to be in there looking, you know what I mean? Looking like I'm out something. But nah, man, I really want to let y'all know, like, I really support Jay for a multitude of reasons. Not because I've known him forever. Not because he's to beat people up for me back in the day. Not for none of these reasons. Not for none of these reasons. Nah. But but seriously though, you do something so dope by like putting people on. I think my cousin Chris Lockett posted.
Oh, that's my dude.
Chris,
that's my cousin.
That's
like,
what's up.
my cousin.
Oh, really?
We our
Yeah.
family.
Right,
Yeah.
with you Sunday.
Dayton is
That's
our
crazy.
family.
On the show.
Word. Oh, definitely, bro. So he has said some people may not like him or whatever when it comes to Chef Jay, but you guys salute this man, the fact that he got these black brothers in here employed when, you know what I'm saying, like they out here or whatever, man. Like what you do behind the scenes for other people. I mean, I've seen you counsel other people behind the scenes. They came in and said, yo, like Chef Jay looked out for me and this and the third. You do a lot more than what you say. So like a lot of times people sometimes the message can get lost by the messenger. So you go on these long rants and they don't know why you pissed off.
Yeah.
Because you done helped so many people behind the scenes, bro. I'm going to say you more misunderstood than what other people do, but like people that know you, that get close to you, bro, like you are one of the most loyal, solid dudes I ever met in my life, bro. So man, thank you, man.
You gotta respect his hustle.
Yeah.
For sure.
You gotta
man.
respect it.
My grandfather told me when I was young, he said nobody can. He was a pastor. He said no one can figure you out, and he said that the good thing is if they can't figure you out, they can't take you out.
That's hard.
He said because the ones that's gonna see you who you are, those gonna be your biggest supporter, and the ones that's gonna love you. And the ones who can't figure you out is gonna be the ones that's gonna pay you.
Word.
Ooh.
Hey, I'm about to make Smed laugh. Smed, guess what her son's birthday is?
August 7th.
Nope.
July 24th.
July 24th.
That's crazy. So yeah, man. Thank you for tuning in for the Legendary People podcast. We're here every day, man. You know what I mean? We got a lot of stuff going on today, man. We got birthday parties to celebrate. I got kids to pick up. I got a lot of things I got to do today, man. But this was super dope. Nice time to kick it with my bro, and hopefully my sister one day I can sit the interview. Sister, but not.
Absolutely.
But yeah, make sure y'all support our sponsors, which is one, Shiekhs for breakfast. Make sure you go down there, holla at my man Ron C.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I heard good thing about Cheeks Breakfast.
Show Dog. Make sure you go to Agnes All Natural Grill for the pineapple bowl. That's one of my favorites to get from
Brown
there.
sugar lemonade.
Oh, you gonna make me try that? What you got in the car? Also, you know, you had a good time. Get you some Kiara Wine. Shout out to Big. Also, if you are ever injured in an accident, make sure you contact Michael Wright, man. Make the right choice. We are here at T-Shirt King's illustrious studio. Smed is too busy to even say hi today, man. I understand how that goes.
What's up?
Hey, nah, man. For sure, man. Please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube page, man. We love y'all, man. We out.